My shoulder's gone. Hi, besties.
What up, y'all? What's good?
Guess what? It's a new month. It's 1st of July. We're getting ready for Great American Bash. Who are you?
It's time to pay that rent. First of the month.
Yeah, yes.
That's what the first of the month mean to me. That's that day what it means to me. I'm doing good, Amanda. It is great to see you again. It feels like it's been forever. I missed you, right?
Oh, I missed you. I missed
you can't be leaving me like that. The besties missed you. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Gerard, thank you for sharing the stream. That's
what
so
up,
nice.
Gerard? Appreciate you, man.
Let's go. Hello
what
to
up, Justin?
That
Bodyslam team right there, baby.
Exactly. Is there anything to read today?
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute, though.
Yeah, we'll get on that. We'll get to that. Anyhow, very exciting night for NXT. A lot going on. A lot of fun things happening. My shoulder is just disappearing. I think I have to sit. Okay, I'll sit
these
back.
filters don't like us tonight. You see mine? It's like...
Yeah, it goes in and out. I think if I try not to move, okay. We were just talking. We did say it's quite hot where I am. Like it's hot for where, yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, you got that West Coast heat. I know what it gets out there.
Yeah, it's not very much fun. But we're here. We're sweaty. You're not going to see the top of my head, but maybe by mistake you will. Okay, so what happened here on this fine episode of NXT? You know what? I will admit that I watched on a weird stream, and I don't know how, but it seemed to be like way ahead because I was already like done. Like I don't know what I watched, but like I saw the Vanity Project backstage segment with Ricky Starks and Ethan Page before the other. It was in a different order, so I don't know what I was watching, but I was really confused. And then I went back and I watched Jasper Troy. Yeah, I'm in my head. You know what? Someone made a comment that's like, you don't know the people's names. Maybe learn their names. You sound like you don't even watch wrestling.
Yeah, I mean the main
event.
I'm
even panicked when I think about. I'm like, his name's Yoshiki Inamura, right?
Yoshiki Inamura faced Jasper Troy tonight for that number one contender spot.
There we
go. Who's going to
lose
to Obafemi?
Who is going to lose to Obafemi? A Great American Bash. It'll be a great experience for whomever it is. Well, we found out who it's going to be. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't like it when that happens, when I feel like they are I just don't see my new good friend Yoshiki beating Obafemi. I don't see that happening. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I don't even think that's like it could be. Like, no, I don't think that's happening. But in the end, Inamura won. He beat Jasper Troy. And then, but it was not over for Jasper Troy. He was promptly then assaulted by, oh my gosh, who was it?
Bouncy.
Oh, of course. It was Javon
Bouncy.
Evans. He is indeed Bouncy. And they are, so it seems like them two are going to go at it again, which is, I think that Jasper Troy is an interesting character. I don't know.
You don't like my boy Jasper Troy?
I mean, I think his character is just like he's going to beat your ass, which is fine. That's a good character to have. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. I think there's like,
just say you don't like it.
No, I'm not. No,
it's not for you. It's not for you.
It is not that it's not for me. I just think that there has to be a delineation in characters when they're very similar. But then also, as I'm about to say that, I'm thinking, well, I don't hold that. Like, I don't go, ew, how many white guys are on Raw? They're all the same, like Sami Zayn and blah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go down that rabbit hole. But I do think that right now, the crop of folks in NXT, it's like you have Dark State, you have OTM, which doesn't really get seen that often. You have High Rise.
Mm-hmm.
You have, and then it's like, I feel like Jasper Troy is going to get lost potentially because it's a similar, like, it's not though. He's more of a Jacob Fatu style, like compelling individual rather than every other thing I just listed as a group for sure. So it is different. See, sometimes you got to think about why you don't vibe with something, and then you go, "Oh, okay," and
Then it
then
makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
and understand in a deeper way. Look at that discourse. Happy Canada Day!
Happy
Thanks.
Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
What's up, Zach?
Yes, and you
Great
have a beautiful
picture.
picture, a great
Yeah,
picture,
great picture.
solid
There you go.
picture. That beautiful.
Forever our NXT Women's Champion. Forever.
To be honest, I love her. I already miss her. I feel like we didn't have her very
Yeah,
long.
no Roxanne, Julie, and Stephanie is still feeling a little weird, not gonna lie. But we're adjusting. We're
We're
adjusting.
getting there. So we know what's happening with Obafemi. I guess we know what's happening now. We'll probably see some Jasper Troy and Javon Evans go
It's gonna be a good
down.
match. I'm very excited. So what I will say is they're doing a great job on making. They're definitely I don't want to say strapping the rocket, but like they're definitely making sure Jasper Troy is getting his TV time fresh
Yep.
off of LFG season 1, fresh
Yep.
off that, getting tons of TV time. I wish I could say the same for Tyra May Steele though. It's like, I mean,
Yes.
she won season 1 as well, and it's like,
This is
especially like with the
true.
women's division, like losing Julia, Roxanne, and Stephanie pretty much at the same time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think they really, it's a 2-hour show. I get it, but I'm waiting for a little bit more Tyra May Steele as well.
Yeah, and her character creeped me out the last time I saw it too. So I do think that Jasper Troy is someone that, like, if you have the LFG context, perhaps it's more well-rounded because I have some LFG context, and so I was like, oh, and I get it somewhat. I also think NXT moves pretty fast. Like, you actually have to pay attention. It's not. This is no disrespect because we used to be Monday Night Besties, but it's not Raw. You know what I mean? I feel like Raw, you can, if something happens in the first hour on Raw and they want you to know about it, they will bring it back up again later in the show. So it's like not necessarily where you might
Yeah,
like
they do that recap
yeah.
ticker.
There's like a lot, well, even like full clips, I feel like. Whereas NXT is kind of
if you missed it, you better be going back through articles of people doing the results.
Yeah, you need
they
to
don't.
be in
They
the
do
street
not recap.
because they don't, and you're not gonna, you kind of have to go seek that information out. But one of the things that came across out of order for me for some reason, I don't know. I really don't know what stream I watched. I can't even tell you. I was probably some illegal situation I shouldn't have been doing. But it was I saw Jordan Grace.
Computer got all kind of viruses on.
Oh yeah, no, this computer is like just gonna pop up and be like deceased. Like, just goodbye, Amanda. Like, I don't like the boots, Shiloh Hill's boots are just gonna arrive to take the computer. Like, we're good.
Oh, man.
You done goofed, Amanda. Yeah, I have no idea what I was watching because I saw did everyone see it in the same order and I'm just tripping? I completely saw Blake Monroe. I watched the whole thing. And then I hit refresh and it went back and it was Jasper Hill and them again. And I was like, wait, it's Jasper Troy, isn't it? I keep saying Jasper Hill.
Yeah.
Who's Jasper Hill?
I have no idea. I was assuming it was like something from a reality show or something. It sounds like somebody from a reality show.
I think there was a couple LFG people that I kept getting really turned around in my mind. Like I got like
you combined Jasper Troy and Shiloh Hill, the two finalists.
Yeah, I think I just put it all together. Anyhow, so I watched the gals. I watched that whole segment, and I think that is poised to be a fun one. I got the sense that Jordan Grace was gonna be having like a work shoot,
so predictable though,
pipe bomb moment, and then that didn't happen. Like I thought it was gonna be maybe like more sassy than what it was. So maybe it was because I use social media to like fantasy book myself into a corner about what I thought this segment was going to be. But yeah, it was a little predictable. Sometimes it's like I get confused. Why does anyone join as like a new signing and become a heel? I guess Ethan Page.
Very rarely. I mean, it kind of feels like, I mean, he's a returning superstar though, but Aleister Black is a heel, and Rusev same thing. But like nobody
like for
I mean,
NXT,
Ethan Page.
Yeah, I think Ethan Page is probably the last one. So I feel like because Ricky Saints came in as very much like positioned as a baby face. And I don't know why I thought like Blake Monroe wouldn't be, but I kind of just thought she wouldn't be. And so perhaps this is how that happens, that like you kind of capitalize off of the most excitement and then like a little more character details come forward. But it looks like that is a pretty formidable team, I would say. I would not want to be tangling with Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah.
Keep an eye out. Keep watching. I haven't been enjoying this. I really hope. I kind of hope JC wins.
Do you?
I do. It's just I don't know. I think I want to say this the right way without offending anyone. I'm just really not really been enjoying Jordan so far in NXT. I know a lot of people have been a big fan of her in TNA, which I was too. I really enjoyed her in TNA. And like her moments where she was, in the Royal Rumble,
right,
having those moments, she was great. It's just so far in NXT, it's just not hitting for me. And maybe I can give it some time. I definitely do not like her new entrance. I definitely don't like that. I know she's been defending it on Twitter, what she's supposed to. What is she supposed to do? Right? It's her theme. But like, yeah, I just haven't really been enjoying so far the NXT type part of her career. I'm not really enjoying it. I'd rather JC just retain at this point, and maybe because Mariah makes her lose or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be cool if Jordan loses though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we'll.
I just haven't been enjoying it, and like maybe her getting the title would change my perception of it. Maybe I also don't like that they gave her a title shot. She lost, and she just gets another one. Like there's too many talented women on this roster to just be given multiple opportunities to people. Like
yeah, for without yeah.
And she did win she won the Fatal 4-Way and that whole thing to get in.
Can I make a hot take? I have a hot take.
Okay.
I think that Sol Ruka is the bottleneck of the women's division. Yep. Because she is very good. There's nothing like it's not about her, but it's that you have the North American Championship on her, and I don't conceivably see that they're positioning a lot of people to actually be a challenger towards that. Right now it's Izzy Dame, which is wonderful, but then you also have this whole other set. It's like they almost need, do they have how many women's mid-card titles are on NXT? Do they already have it? They have one?
Just one.
It's almost like that thing where you need another one because it doesn't make any sense. Like if you really look at it, the viable top contenders, right, for the women's championship is a whole crop that then you have a whole secondary crop that are conceivably actually in the hunt for this North American championship. But there is really, I would say, a good other chunk of people that's like, what do you do with them? But like we saw that good, I mean, was it a good
what
match?
They do is they throw them on Evolve.
That's true. I mean, that's
You're on Evolve every Wednesday.
Yeah. So that's what we saw. Speaking of Evolve, that's one of the things is like, so you have Thea Hale and Lainey Reed had a match tonight, which like, I guess in theory, Lainey Reed picking up the win is like a shock. I think they tried to position it as a shock. It wasn't particularly shocking to me because I don't think that I don't know. I felt like Corey Graves like threw Thea Hale's character under the damn bus, which I know that's like it's partly his role to do, but it
Yeah.
was like he was bringing up some pretty valid character holes in this particular narrative that can't be explained. Like, yeah, it hasn't changed a lot since Chase U. It's like a different color scheme, but it's kind of the same behavior. It's kind of the same overall vibe. But perhaps like
I wasn't surprised by Laney getting the victory at all.
did
Only
it feel
because
like he tried to make it seem
when
surprising?
they first even started talking about this championship, she was the first one to step up to JC Jane. When JC first came
Yeah.
out, she was the
Right.
very first one. She's like, "You're gonna be easy. You're gonna be the easiest person to take that title from ever." And like, I loved that
Right.
promo.
Yeah.
I love that. So like, it doesn't surprise me. She's definitely one of the women that they're gonna be pushing. I think the rest of this year in 2026 and beyond. I think she's going to be a name we really need to get used to. Unfortunately, Thea Hale, who has already been here for a while, it still feels like they're trying to figure her out and still trying to figure out her character post Chase U. And she keeps
Mhm.
taking all these L's. It's like, I'm glad that you're lifting up someone new in Laney Reed, but it's like at the same time, you got to find something to do with people like Thea Hale too. Like, you got to do something with her. She can't keep losing.
Yeah. I just meh. She's a fun character that was like very much a great addition to a faction. It's almost the inverse of Ren Sinclair, in my opinion. I don't think Ren Sinclair is doing a great job in the NQCC, but I don't think she needs to be in it. I think she could stand alone as a character in a way that is maybe a little bit different than what they're doing with Thea Hale. So, well, she's a grown ass woman, so she is still finding out how to be more of a grown
Yeah.
ass woman, which, spoiler, you're always going to be doing as a grown ass woman.
So
So,
you know what? I'm about to shock you, Amanda. I'm going to
okay.
shock some of the audience that views us when we're on Tuesdays. My best of the best was the beginning,
Oh.
the segment with Joe Hendry.
Oh.
Yeah, I still hate him. Okay, he's not for me. Okay, so don't anybody watching, don't take this out of context. I still don't believe. All right, but I will say the whole entire TNA championship picture right now for that TNA world title, that match with Wesley to start the night was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that the NXT championship had that much excitement around it because it does not.
That is
It's like
true.
you got Obafemi and Yoshiki Inamura at Great American Bash, and then on the other side you got Slammiversary, which has Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, Mike Santana for the TNA World Title. Much more exciting, and that whole first beginning was awesome. They did a great job. They're doing a great job with that title. The feud right now, I loved it. That was my best of the best. Love that match. Love the moment. And they worked really well together. I was kind of surprised. I mean, I know Wesley. I know he can work with anyone, but like Joe Hendry worked really well with Wesley, and obviously Joe Hendry picks up the victory. Trick Williams on commentary. Sign me up for that anytime, any day. That was my favorite part of the night. I thought that was a great way to kind of start the pace of the night, and I really enjoyed it. That was my best of the best, and it featured Joe Hendry. Never thought I'd say that.
I love that. I love that for
I
you.
hate
I
it.
love
I
that
hate
for
it. It
you.
doesn't even feel right. Like I'm like itching.
Oh,
Like, itching just
Joe
saying.
Hendry. Let me go on a very short Joe Hendry related tangent. There's no way that's a real person. That's not a real human. Like, that's not a human. It's not. That no. That's not true. Some I, until I poke that man, that's not a real person. I'm telling you right now.
He's very real. I will tell you, he's very
Have you
real.
poked him?
Yes. I bumped into him remember at WrestleCon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Man.
His fucking like 3 hour long hour wait for his line.
Is he so beautiful that you want to just like throw up and die in his presence?
I mean, look, for me, absolutely not. But I imagine someone somewhere might feel that way about Joe Hendry. He makes me
Yeah.
want to throw up. Um, so yeah, that part I'll give you. Yeah, Joe Hendry definitely makes me want to throw up, just not in the way that I think you're
Yeah,
describing.
so okay, this is clear. Joe Hendry makes both of us want to throw up,
I
but in
mean,
like very different ways.
for sure.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. You know what? Is there anything else that a pro wrestling character should be other than that? Someone that will make the audience have a super strong reaction either direction. Joe Hendry,
Look,
magic. Magical.
I will let you have this one because I don't want to.
Yeah, I just like not feeling it. It's not worth the argument. Yes.
Yeah, I'll let you have this dub. You can hold this dub. I
Woo.
just he's growing on me though. I mean, it's not like look, we all agree that every character and every wrestler isn't for us, right? We've agreed
I mean, yeah.
that
It's yeah.
everyone. But I understand what Joe Hendry stands for. I understand why he is what he is. Absolutely. It's just he has to lose at TNA Slammiversary.
I
Mike
mean, I agree.
Santana needs to win, or Trick Williams needs to retain. It's that simple.
I tend to agree. I would like to see Mike Santana win. I also, oh, the only thing I wanted to add about Joe Hendry is if you listen to when that music first hits, if there's anyone who can bring back the chick pop around here, it might be Joe Hendry. I had my money on Ricky Saints. It still happens for him too. But like, I continue to be a big proponent of we all need to bring back the chick pop. Everyone would love it. Nobody hated that. Watch those old promos. There's just like women going nuts over Dusty, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be genuine, like it's not genuine thirst, okay? It's just fun. It's just getting excited, getting in the moment, bring back the chick pop. It has to be for someone. It kind of sounds like Joe Hendry, but we can put it somewhere else. Wherever you guys want to go, that's where it should go. But the boys should do it too. It's not just for girls. It doesn't matter that it's called chick pop. Just do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, look,
Woo!
there was a time where I was,
Woo!
getting the new Britney Spears CD and
Yes.
the Christina Aguilera CD. There was a time
Woo!
I was like
Yeah.
9. Um,
You can just woo. You
like,
just woo. It's
no,
okay to woo.
no.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But he will hold my best moment of the night tonight. I will give him that. Joe Hendry gets the dub for me tonight. Joe Hendry Wesley, my favorite match. That was my best of the best. Trick Williams on commentary. Great way to start the night. It's been a while since NXT started off that way and kind of like got
True.
my attention right away. It seems like it's been a little bit, at least a few weeks. Like I said, I've still been mourning the loss of Julia, Stephanie, and Roxanne. So like I still have been recovering from that. So I've been waiting for something to kind of lure me back in, and I'm really enjoying the TNA picture right now.
Okay, so definitely let us know what you think. This comment thing over here, I can see it. I can see it. I additionally realized that when you click a thing called people, it has a picture of you, and then mine is a picture of Will Ospreay. But I don't know why.
Huh.
I don't know how, and I don't understand it. So that's random and fun,
Yeah.
and I don't know why, but I'm gonna look into that. Okay, so what was your worst of the worst then?
Ooh, worst of the
Or
worst.
least best, depending on I forgot to say it right.
That's tough. Um, there really wasn't a whole lot to,
That's
I
fine.
guess, I guess Miles Bourne and Lexus King was very forgettable. Um,
Really?
I didn't like that. I didn't like that match.
Oh.
I didn't like that match. Love Miles Bourne. Obviously love him. Lexus King to me, I love his character. I do. I love his character. Hate his haircut. Hate his lineup. But like in the ring, he is really yet to like impress me. Like his in ring ability is just like really boring to me. Miles Bourne did his best to carry that match. And I mean, obviously, Miles gets the victory I think it was a zigzag he won with. So, It did what it was supposed to do. It went to cut to Dark State afterwards, who I'm also kind of getting kind of over as well.
No.
So that whole part to me was just kind of a miss. I didn't enjoy that match a whole lot. And then Dark State right after for me was just like, I could have went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It was kind of like a chunk that if you just were like, ugh, you could have just blocked out and it wouldn't necessarily have mattered. I don't know where we're going with Lexus King, and sometimes I wonder if that means he's going to the main roster, but then I also think that seems illogical because he hasn't really had. I mean,
there's no way he goes to the main roster. There's no way.
You don't think?
There's
You don't think even as a part of a faction?
No, absolutely
Really?
not.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well,
There's
then I
no
don't
way.
know. What's the point of Lexus King, I guess, is the question. What are we doing with this guy? But I do think Miles Bourne is like a fun he's not meant to be Randy Orton tribute. I know this. I understand. He's his own person. And I think it's good to get like a very different signature finishing move.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that like whatever I think they'll probably end up calling it something other than, because it was like, it's a zigzag, but like a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I feel it was cool. And I was like, wow, this is cool. Like, I hope that this becomes his thing. But it almost looks like it honestly almost looks like you're RKOing someone, but even more out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's like a reverse RKO.
Right. Like even more out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Even more surprising. So who knows? We'll see.
You mean El Grande Americano?
Exactly.
Careful.
Okay. Oh, I wish. Oh man, we're not the Raw Dogs.
Go check out Raw We're not Raw Dogs. You gotta check out Raw Dogs.
But like the funniest thing imaginable to me is if they really put Lube and Kaiser in the
awesome.
fucking.
See, I'm jealous. We don't get that fun stuff anymore. We used to get that on Tuesday nights.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was
stuck with Joe Hendry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Crashing out.
Joe Hendry.
Now we're stuck with Joe Hendry. Waving our hands back and forth like fools. I'm just kidding. I'm just crashing out at this point. Something else I loved, because there was a lot to love tonight. I really do. How do you feel about Izzy Dane being the new number one contender? For me, that is like my favorite part about NXT right now. Like, I see as someone that I've been pulling for a while, and she's next in line. She pins Sol Ruca, gets the title shot.
I think she is an exceptional example of someone who maximizes their time on TV to the point that, like, you know who her character is, despite the fact that we haven't seen as much from her as perhaps other characters. That, like, in my opinion, arguably, I feel like I know more about Izzy Dame as a character than we do, like, Zarya. Zarya looks cool and we know she's tough, but like other than those details, we don't know, do we trust her, do we not, kind of a thing. I feel like Izzy Dame is a fully fleshed out, we know she's probably setting up Tatum Paxley, but she also is doing it with the slickness that it's not super ham-fisted, which I like, because I feel like sometimes NXT is a little goofy, right? Sometimes it's a little goofy, a lot of the time it's a lot goofy. Yeah. But I think that the way that she in particular is playing it is that there can be an argument made from both sides. And that's what I thought was kind of interesting, that both Sol Ruca and Zarya were like, no, girl, don't trust her. Because I would almost expect one of them to have a softer edge towards it, and the other one, like almost projection, right? Like whichever of those two thinks that Izzy Dame is the shadiest is the shady one, because they're like, don't trust this girl, like, wow. Whereas I don't know, if you're a girl's girl, that doesn't necessarily come first to mind. So who knows? Izzy Dame, though, is definitely not a girl's girl. She is shady. She is probably going to turn on Tatum. But I also think that Tatum Paxley is someone that conceivably you could make an argument that within 6 months, if she's similarly conniving and manipulative versus like Broken Bird, it's a more compelling character. So maybe that's the progression, that like she actually needs as a character versus just still being like kind of a perpetual, it's not underdog. She's more like almost bullied. Like she's
Yeah,
kind of like a sad situation. And I think it'll be kind
yeah.
of cool actually to see her linked up with someone that is probably quite interested, I think, in Izzy Dame and building her up before maybe chopping her down kind of a thing. 'Cause I feel like almost like JC Jane and Thea Hale back in the day. It was like she
Mhm.
did help her out and then also turn on her, but it
Right,
wasn't like
right.
everything they went through was
She had
BS.
her own. She had her own motives.
Yeah,
Her
it's like
own
she wasn't
motives.
doing it right. She wasn't actually being genuine,
I
but
love. I love. I love Izzy Dame right now, though. You know,
she
kind of like
looks
you.
like a star. I know that's an
She
overused
does. She
thing.
does, and she's
But,
like
hmm,
essentially like, and arguably, she's the leader of the culling. Like it's supposed to be
yeah,
Sean Spears, but to me,
right.
the moment, the moment they turned on Brooks Jensen,
Yep.
and it was because Izzy Dame said that he wasn't all in. Like to me, that was
Mm-hmm.
the moment she became the leader of the culling, and to me, that was when the culling took another step forward. To me, that is what was needed for that group to become and that faction to become important and a little bit more respected. That moment changed it for me. So I'm all in. I'm all in with Izzy Dame, and I'm all in with the culling right now and everything going on. Tatum Paxley getting the shine that I so full we I know you've seen that we interviewed Shotzi.
Yes.
And Shotzi, I asked her because I was having fun with her, and I asked her to book a Evolution match,
Uh-huh.
and she said her match she would book Tatum Paxley on Evolution. She told me, "Look, throw her in the ring with someone like Io Sky and let her showcase her abilities." So I've been waiting
Wow.
for Tatum to get her opportunity, and I think this whole situation with the culling is going to be her opportunity for her to showcase her abilities, kind of elevate her character a little bit. This is going to be huge, not only for her but for Izzy Dame as well.
Agreed. I actually hope that they don't they have the thing? Well, who's gonna? Well, I don't know. I think everyone thinks it's Sol Ruka and Zarya will be the team that's against Roxanne and Raquel at
Yeah,
Evolution.
that's yeah, because it's a team from NXT, SmackDown. I think
I think a more interesting team would be Izzy Dame and Tatum
I was
Paxley.
gonna say that. Look, the way that they're building towards that, I think that would be a great way to elevate their partnership too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be a
Yeah.
great way for Izzy Dame to earn her trust and to
Uh-huh.
take the group to a new level. So I wouldn't rule them out.
Yeah, that would be solid. Enjoyable duo. So a backstage segment that I enjoyed. I bet you hate them. Did we already have this conversation? Do you hate the Vanity Project?
Oh my!
Oh my god. I love it.
You know
It's so
what? So
annoying.
the way I feel about the Vanity Project is how it's very similar to if you watch LFG, Bubba Ray, and the way he feels about BJ Ray. It's the same. It's like
Okay,
they have
got it.
that punchable face,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it works
it
because those
does.
are the people that you pay to see get beat up. Those are the
Mm-hmm.
money makers. So yes,
Yeah.
I don't like the Vanity Project. They're not for me, but I understand their character and what they are there for. They're there to get punched in the face and to get
Mm-hmm.
so it works.
Oh my god. I don't think that I like off the top of my head, I wouldn't have necessarily thought immediately, like, yeah, put that whole faction with Ethan Page. But like, yeah, put that whole faction with Ethan Page. Like, let's go. It's built in. Like, it's there. I feel like Jackson Drake looks so cute with his little. What title does he have? Does he have the Evolve
He's the
title right
Evolve
now?
champion. Yeah,
It's was he the inaugural one?
yeah, he
They've
was.
only had the one, so he's the first one because
Yep, and
then the
then
gal is
Kaylee
Kaylee
Armstrong.
Armstrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um. So he just looked so like they looked good as henchmen. That just looked like a good group. I don't know what that leaves. I don't know where that leaves Zeta Steele because she's in it as well. Like when they make appearances occasionally, like it's usually she's there too. But I think she could easily be a single star on NXT on her own. She doesn't need to be in their weird group. But I think Ethan Page with a band of obnoxious, like, replicants of his obnoxious behavior is the funniest bit that they could possibly come up with. And it's very fascinating to see it go up against Ricky Stark. So now that's what they announced for next week. If you know, that's the match. They had a backstage segment. Next week, Ricky Saints. His name is not Ricky Starks. His name is Ricky.
I know you keep calling him Ricky Stark. I just laugh.
Anytime. You said Mariah, and I didn't say anything. So.
I did. I know.
I have a hard time too. I have a really.
You need to get a zapper.
I know.
Like a virtual zapper.
Actually. That would be funny. Okay, so Ricky Saints. He is going to be in a Vanity Project gauntlet next week where he has to face every member of the Vanity Project, apparently. And then if he wins, he gets a rematch against Ethan Page. I feel like it's fairly likely he's going to win. And then if he wins, he gets to pick the stipulation for their upcoming match. So that's very fun.
Yeah.
I think that's like
your best of the best tonight was Vanity Project.
No, the best was, I mean, maybe like no, but yeah, my best of the best was I liked that segment because I thought it was so funny, and it gave like, I just can't believe that they, I mean, I can believe it, but it is going to be so deeply satisfying to watch Ricky beat each one of their asses. Yes,
it's going to be great.
You know what I mean? Yes. It's just like,
yes.
I do think that's the beauty of the Vanity Project, is it's the same as Ethan Page, but a slight inverse in that when Ethan Page succeeds, I actually genuinely, as a human, I'm like, yay, Julian won something. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I think about it more as like the human, but we have, at least for me, I have very little depth of emotional attachment to Vanity Project. I feel like they are dipshits to the max on Evolve, which allows me to really process them being dipshits to the max and NXT. What do they say? Hundos. I love that. I love an annoying catchphrase.
So cringe.
So cringe. I love it. See, that is what you get on this show, is that the worst and most embarrassing part will be my very favorite, because I like the weird stuff. I like the cringe. But yeah, I liked that. I liked how badass Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe look together, but I also don't really want to see her as a baby face. I do want Blake Monroe to be a heel. So hopefully that's just like a quick turnaround.
Yeah. I think so.
I
think the match at Great American Bash will kind of change that a little bit.
Yeah, I think there will be some shenanigans afoot. Hey, where's MDB, by the way?
I know, he was all on last week calling Corey Bearded Amanda.
I love that.
Hilarious. Kept calling Corey Bearded Amanda.
Okay, well, let us know your thoughts if you have thoughts.
Just to recap real quick.
What else happened?
As you said, next week, big matches to look ahead. Ricky Saints will face the Vanity Project in a gauntlet match. If he wins, he gets to face Ethan Page for the North American title at Great American Bash. He gets to pick the match, stipulation, and all that fun. A triple threat was announced at Great American Bash. JC Jane will defend the title against Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, who is going to be making her NXT debut in a championship match. I mean, how much bigger can it get? Obafemi will be facing Yoshiki Inamura at Great American Bash, who defeated Jasper Troy tonight in the number one contenders match. So a lot of moving pieces tonight. Joe Hendry defeated Wes Lee to start the show. Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley defeated Sol Ruka and Zarya tonight by Spinebuster from Dame to Sol Ruka, and gets the victory. So now Izzy Dame will face Sol Ruka for the NXT Women's North American Championship. So a lot of fun tonight. A lot of fun stuff.
Did you note Hank and Tank are doing something? Is it the culling? They have a match? And is it a title match?
I didn't get. I know they said that they were fighting,
and I remember a graphic. That's the only reason why I would even here. Let's look. Wrestle Talk will tell us. Well, I don't know. That's
I'm surprised. I feel like you would know,
yeah. No,
because
I would.
you
I
know
mean, like
everything about Hank and Tank.
the fact that
So,
I knew there was anything to look up about Hank and Tank, I feel like
yeah,
is
it's
the
like
Hank and Tank knowledge, like in it as. Oh, yep. Okay, Hank and Tank NXT Tag Team Championship match against. Yeah, it's the calling. So Nico Van or no, Nico Price. Not Nico Vance, girl. Did you just hear me? Oh, I
yeah.
want
See,
Preston Vance in WWE so bad. I'll put it in
careful,
more lists every day,
careful.
all day.
Just
Oh
say
my
the
god,
culling.
get 10 here.
Look, as long as Hank and Tank lose the titles, I'm all good. They can lose them. They can lose them to anybody at this point. I'd be perfectly fine. So there's that.
Well, wow, what a wonderful and big week for the culling, honestly. If everything lines up properly by the end of this month, that entire faction could be strapped up like Judgment Day. That could be kind of fun. I mean,
Ooh,
honestly, that's like there kind of should be an NXT version of Judgment Day if you think
I
about
like
it,
that.
where there's a very dominant faction across both divisions. I like it. So we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. Oh my gosh, besties. Thanks for joining us. I have to tell you this number. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's probably because of the iconic discourse of last week, but like we steadily see an increase in the viewership and I am just so pleased that you are joining us. I am so happy that you're here enjoying NXT with us and we just hope that you have a really nice week. And yeah, there's things that go on every day of
Yeah.
life. But you
4th of
should
July
take
weekend too.
care.
We won't be on obviously before the 4th of July. So everybody be safe for
Yes.
sure. Be
Yes.
safe. Enjoy some time with the fam. Whether you're going to the lake, just kicking back with some fireworks, watching old wrestling, spending time. It doesn't matter. Whatever you got planned,
Yes.
just be safe, have fun, enjoy the holidays. I have a 3-day weekend, so I'm gonna be chilling with the fam, and
Oh,
yeah,
exciting.
it's gonna be good times. So everybody be safe.
Be safe. I'll tell you a quick hospital story is that if you go to the hospital and your hand is blown off on the 4th or the 5th, all of the nurses are going to secretly talk about you behind your back because
Facts.
you are the one. So, if nothing else, don't be the one because it will be like everyone knows that whole hospital will talk about you.
Yep.
You'll be the one. Okay. It doesn't matter how big the hospital is. We all knew who the ones were. Yeah.
Also, before we sign off, definitely follow us everywhere. As you see, her Instagram is right there. Wait,
Yes, it is. I
yep.
forgot about that.
IG underscore at underscore Amanda Savage. Definitely follow her on Instagram. I'm at DC Hendrix on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Official DC Hendrix on Instagram and official DC Hendrix on TikTok. Definitely follow us. Keep up with everything. Follow everyone at Bodyslam. We have an amazing team. PWM, Corey Hayes, and that crew at PWN is teaming up with Bodyslam, doing some great stuff. Subscribe to the Patreon for sure. They've been breaking news like crazy. Corey's been working Evolution news, Saturday Night Main Event news. Corey's been breaking that news. So definitely support all of our creators here. Super chats, slam chats, all that fun stuff. Donate and support our team here at Body Slam because if you only understood the sacrifice that we make every day, every week to put these shows out for you, to give all the news. So support and donate whatever you can. We appreciate it.
Oh, you guys have a wonderful week. Until we meet again, I'm Amanda. This is DC. And we're your besties. See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.